Hello internet, it's me, your host, Jack Finch, bringing you some of the scariest British urban legends right here on Most Amazing Top 5. Now, we all love a good urban legend, and being a British person myself, I can safely say that the entire country is rife with them. From the Midlands to the coastal ports of Devon and Cornwall and the great Northern Moors of Yorkshire. As you know, the British Isles have been established for a pretty long period, and it's given the British population enough time to explore all of the creepy corners and corridors of stuff that should generally be left well alone. Before we get started, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment in the box down below to let us know what you'd like to see more of. Starting us off at number 5, we have the terrifying series of tales from Newsham Park Hospital in Liverpool. Now, I actually lived in Liverpool for quite a number of years, and believe it or not, I visited Newsham Park Hospital. Why? Well, I was young and stupid, and I've since learnt better. Originally built as a chapel in 1873, Newsham Park Hospital saw a series of incarnations during its construction. Firstly, it was an orphanage for sailors' children, but then in 1879, it was converted into a sanatorium, an asylum for the clinically insane. Finally, after the fallout of 2 world wars, the site became Newsham Park Hospital, and the infamous location of hundreds of reported ghost sightings. Now, if you ask any of the Liverpudlian locals what the most haunted building in town is, they'll all point you to Newsham Park Hospital. The most commonly reported legend is that of the ghost of a small female child who roams around a particular top floor corridor. Some believe that she was spotted in this very photograph, and if that is indeed the case, then I won't be going back to Liverpool any time soon. Bringing it in at number 4, we have the Beast of Bodmin Moor. Hey, that rhymed. The Beast of Bodmin Moor has been driving the population of Cornwall up the wall ever since the first purported sightings in 1978. The tale began with the occasional reports of mutilated and slain livestock found by Cornish farmers. Perplexed at the fact that their cattle were dropping like flies, the locals started to look for answers. The wounds inflicted to the livestock appeared to be too deep and wide for any local wildlife like foxes and badgers, and the signs began to point towards the actions of a big cat, particularly a panther-like cat. Rumours began to surface of the incredibly likely possibility of alien big cats finding their way into the British Isles. People began hypothesising that wealthy collectors had imported leopards, panthers and jaguars as part of their private zoo collections, which had later either escaped or been set free. The idea being that, well, if you illegally owned a giant leopard, you wouldn't exactly inform the police about it. In 1995, an official investigation reported that there was no verifiable evidence of any exotic felines on the loose in Britain, and that the slain farm animals were more than likely attacked by a local species. But, well, less than a week after the report was released, a small boy discovered a large cat's skull lying about a river. It measured around 4 inches long and 7 inches wide and possessed 2 incredibly sharp canines. Now, the authenticity of this has later been disputed, but now it has the Cornish locals convinced that the legend of the Bodmin Beast is very much still alive. Right up at number 3, we have the unusual story of the Birmingham Vampire. Now, take this one with a pinch of salt or garlic, because it's equal parts absurd but also terrifying. In 2005, reports of a vampire on the loose in Birmingham hit the press after a man had gone on a rampage around Glen Park Road in Ward End. Described as a young-looking man in his 20s, this attacker had reportedly bitten a male pedestrian and then continued to bite people who'd come to the man's aid. One woman was said to have had an entire chunk of flesh bitten clean out of her hand. Over the following weeks, police and the media were contacted by a number of people from all across Birmingham, claiming that they had been similarly attacked. Some residents claimed that they had been unsuspectingly opened the door and then were outright bitten by a strange, ravenous man. Some believed that the vampire had himself been bitten by a rabid animal, with others believing that he was willfully spreading rabies before he croaked. Whatever he was, he definitely left a terrifying impression on the good people of Birmingham, my people. Wrapping it up at number 2, we have the crying girl of King's Cross Station. Heading over to the Big Smoke of London, the urban legend of a young woman who roams the corridors of King's Cross Tube Station has been actively reported since the late 80s. She is described as a modern-looking young woman with long brown hair and dressed in jeans and a t-shirt. People have reported hearing sobbing uncontrollably, weeping with her arms out outstretched and screaming at passers-by. An inconceivable number of people have seen the crying girl, but whenever they have tried to comfort her, she disappears completely into the crowd and vanishes. Now, this urban legend is tied to a tragic event that happened in 1987, where a pedestrian had carelessly dropped a lit match whilst riding the escalator. The resulting fire was devastating, spreading rapidly through the station and killing 31 people, as well as trapping hundreds of others underground. Some say that the crying girl is a cautionary tale, harking back to the tragic fire at the result of one careless person, whilst others say that she is definitive proof of the spiritual world, and a mortal reminder of those innocent lives that were tragically lost. And finally, coming in at number 1, we have the Enfield Poltergeist. In August 1977, a strange series of disturbances at a council house in Enfield, London, held the nation spellbound for over a year. Sisters Margaret, 14, and Janet, 11, claimed that they were being possessed by an evil spirit, a poltergeist that would physically attack them, throwing rocks, toys, and furniture about the house. The girl's mom, Peggy, called the police after she witnessed her children levitating out of their beds. On arrival, the police constable wrote himself that they had seen a table and chair smash against the wall, seemingly out of nowhere. Over a period of 18 months, more than 30 people had witnessed paranormal events at the house, including police officials, neighbours, psychic researchers, and journalists. They reported strange, disembodied voices, guttural chanting, flying furniture, and heavy objects being thrown around the house. The Enfield haunting left experts on both sides of the spectrum completely perplexed, with famed paranormal investigator Ed Warren convinced that the events were proof of the demonic realm. Whatever happened, the story of the Enfield Poltergeist remains an urban legend lodged deep in the psyche of British society, and a reminder that even your own home can hold a haunting. That's all we've got time for today, guys. We hope you've enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a comment in the box down below if you were as scared as I was. I've been your host, Jack Finch, right here on Most Amazing Top 5, and until next time, take it easy.